Welcome, STMA cabinet makers. This video is going to get you started in drawing your Onshape cabinet. This is your final destination right here to design something like this. Excuse me. And you'll have a drawer that goes in and out. All right, so how do we get that done? Let's get started. I have a file started already called Base Cabinet. You should also have a file started. I believe you'll find it when you have opened up the file from the class within Onshape. Make sure that you're always working inside of St. Michael Albertville schools so that everything works appropriately. All right, so I've got my document open and I am going to be referencing the instructions, the handout that has this image on it or in it somewhere. Excuse me. And as I scroll through the pages here, I will be showing you a video on how to make each part. So first of all, this is the first part that we'll make is the sides. We'll make both sides, the left and the right. On your handout, you should also have just a real quick summary of what you need to do by reading down here in Onshape. So between this little summary of what your expectation is and this video, you should have no problem drawing Onshape. At least that's my hope. All right, so here we go. First of all, I'm going to make notice of I'm going to need a rectangle. I'm going to start by drawing this rectangle right here. So I need to get those numbers, and the height is 23 and the width is 11.75. Might as well take note as to how thick it is going to be, and that is right up here, 0.750. So let's see here, 23 and 11.75. That's what I need right now. Let's go back. All right. So the first thing I need to do is create a sketch. And when I click on the sketch button up here, it asks me to select a sketch plane. It really doesn't matter which one you choose, but you should try to choose one that matches how it's going to fit in the project. For example, my sides aren't going to lay flat like a top will. They would be upright. And so I'm going to actually choose right because that to me seems the best. It really doesn't matter. All right, so now when I clicked on it, you'll see this nice little rectangle around there. That means I've selected that plane and it's still in 3D mode. I like to work in two-dimensional mode. So I'm going to right click on this and choose View Normal to Sketch Plane. And then it rotates for me. Now I'm in 2D mode. All right, I need to draw that rectangle for the side. I'm going to choose Corner Rectangle tool here. I like to start on the origin and click, and I'm not holding the mouse down. There's a little trick or nuance to this. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click again. There. Now, do not click in this box. If you click in that box, you're going to create yourself a headache. So it's activated right now. It's the text box is live. I am going to go ahead and type in my 11.75 and hit enter. And the other box opens up. We don't see it, but there it is. The other box is now live, and that's where I will type 23. Hit enter, and now I have my side. The only thing left to do is make it a 3/4 of an inch. So I'm done with the sketch at this point. We'll go ahead and approve of that. Now it's just really a flat plane. I'm going to come up here and use this tool, extrude. Notice that when we go from sketch to, I'll go back and open it up again, sketch. Notice the tools we have up here on the toolbar, and I'm going to close it. Notice the tools have changed. So there's a difference there. If you're looking for the extrude tool, which you'll use quite often, then you might need to close your sketch. All right, so I have the extrude tool chosen, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and it defaults to 1 inch thick of an extrusion, and my plywood is 3/4 of an inch. So there we go. We're going to hit that and then approve of that. Okay, so here's my plywood. Now I need to cut in my dados. All right, we'll go back to the plans. These are called dados. They're just simply My mouse is jumping around on me here. They're just simply shallow cuts, not all the way through and wider than normal. A very similar cut is right here, and that is the rabbit. So anyway, that's just some terminology for you. And I need to get, oh, I don't have those dimensions on here. Oh, yes, I do, right over here. They're 3/4 of an inch wide, and they are 0.375 or 3/8 of an inch deep. All right, and so all of these are cut to 3/8 of an inch deep. This one is also 3/8 of an inch wide. All right, let's go back to our drawing. And I need to create a new sketch. I can't use the old one, so I'm going to go ahead and click on here. And then I'm going to click on the face of this board. And there, that is now a sketch. I like to do the old trick, right click, view normal to sketch plane. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to simply, back it up. I'm going to use this tool right here. Nope, sorry. I haven't had my coffee yet. We're going to use this tool right here, use, and I'm going to click on this, and what that's going to do is it's going to use the lines that I drew earlier for that rectangle. A very useful tool, that's why they call it use. All right, now I'm going to just grab my lines right here, my line tool, and I'm going to click here. I'm going to hit the escape button, choose it again, and draw another line. Don't worry about measurements right now. I'm just snapping it to those lines. I wished I knew how to get rid of this little tail here, but the only way I know how to do that is to hit the escape key, and of course my my keyboard wasn't working. All right, so now I'm going to choose the line again. Choose it again. There's got to be a better way, but at the moment I don't know it. And I'm going to go ahead and draw a line straight down here like this. Okay, so I've got my I've got my dados and rabbits sketched on there, but I don't have them in the right location. So I got to go back to my drawing, take a look, and this line is 5.5 inches down, and this is 3/4 of an inch. So the next line is 3/4. This one is 2 inches up, and then it is 3/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and back to our drawing. We're going to grab the dimension tool, and we're going to click on this dot right here and this dot, pull it out here, and we're going to go 5.5, and down it goes. Now, I do have a problem with this line is above it. I could either erase it, draw it, or try to move it again, or I could just simply do the math and add 3/4 or 0.75 to this. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and click here and here, and 5.5 plus 0.75 is 6.25. There we go. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing down here. This line is 2. And this is what I was trying to do earlier, but my line was on the wrong side. So now I know that this is 0.75. So again, you see the two different techniques. I could have started from here and gone to here and made it 2.75, but either way, that works. The math works. Now this one here, remember, is 0.375. All right, we're almost done creating one side. I'm going to go ahead and close the sketch. When I'm satisfied with these lines and where they look like they should be, I'm going to go ahead and close this sketch. Now I'm going to go back to my extrude tool, and I notice it defaults to 1 inch. That's going to come into play here. I'm going to click on these regions that I want to extrude. Don't worry if you get a red error at the time. Now, it defaults, it wants to always add material to your piece, but we need to remove material. So we are going to click on remove, but we don't need to remove a full inch. We just need to remove 0.375. And there we have it. We have our dados and rabbits. I'll close this extrude tool, and there we go. Okay, so we have one side drawn. You could go ahead and do this all you want. I don't know if you can see that. It's in my way. Put it right there. All right. So you can go ahead and create another part studio and redraw the whole thing. You can go, well, this little bugger is in my way. We're going to go right there. So I could go to the plus button right here, and I could go to create a part studio, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to show you a shortcut. I'm going to come right here to the part studio, and I am going to go to duplicate it. All right, we'll hit duplicate, and I get another tab right there. And what the heck is going on here? All right, and there is another part. So I've got two parts. I'm going to go ahead and call this one right here is going to be we're going to go back to this one. This one is the right panel. So we're going to rename that by right-clicking on that, right side. And I'm going to leave that one alone. Excuse me. And then I'm going to call this one by right-clicking on it. If you are on a Chromebook, you're going to use just a two-finger click. And we're going to go left side. Okay. All right, we are almost done with two sides. So let me show you here. These dados and rabbits were drawn on Sketch 2. So I'm going to click on Sketch 2 of the left side, and right there. And I'm going to move this line over here because that's what defines the left and right side. Prior to drawing this line right here, this piece of wood could be used on any side. But as soon as I put that, rabbit on there, then it becomes a side. So I got to put the rabbit on the other side over here. I'm going to go ahead and type in 0.375. That moves the line over there, but it did one other problem to us. Didn't fix our situation. We're going to close this sketch, and look at that. It now our extrude is all goofy. That's an easy fix. Over here, underneath the extrude 2, which is right underneath sketch 2, I could choose to delete this and go back and redo the extrude. Let's see here. Yeah, I could go down here and hit delete and then go up and use my extrude tool. Or I can just simply open up this extrude and I can delete various parts in here that are causing the problem. Sometimes it's just as easy to close all of the to delete the extrude like I mentioned. All right, so now we're going to come over here and hit this and this and this and this and this and this. Okay, and we'll hit the check mark to approve. So now we have a right side, a left side, and a right side. All right, the next video is going to show you how to go on to this and to draw these pieces. They're very, very easy. All right.